He writes, Jessica, how important is money to you in long-term, short-term relationships? Well, thank you so much for writing the letter, and thank you so much for the question. It's really not advice. I think it's just you wanting to know. So I know a lot of people think that I probably only date a certain type of guy. He's super wealthy, he's white, and super cool. And the truth is, I'm actually non-discriminate when it comes to the people that I'd like to have in my life. I generally like artists. I like to, be around creative people. So that's always fun. I think in any real relationship, if it's done right, money can either hinder it or help it. Sometimes people are so used to having money that they have the airs of, I got this money, I'm spending it all. You know what I mean? And it makes you feel inadequate, insecure. And then it's like, well, man, all you think about is money. And then it can be the opposite side of the spectrum where I'm always paying for something and you don't have enough money. What's up? So I think with each individual, money will always be important, but it should not be that important. If we're together and I know that we're together, there may come a time where when we go to dinner, I'm going to want to pay for dinner because I see how hard my man is working and I see how much, he's invested into his day. And there should be times when we go out where he pays for dinner. Or if we live together, he should be willing to cook dinner one day and I cook dinner the next, and he should want to do laundry. You know what I mean? It should always be an equal share type of thing. Now, I know a lot of women are going to be like, Jessica, I'm not spending my money on no man, da 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 da. But the truth is, no one should be stingy with their money in a relationship, especially if it's a relationship where you are in love and you don't mind doing it. And that's one thing I can say. When I'm in love, I don't mind doing it if I have it. And the same for my partner. If they're in love with me, they're not going to mind doing it. I think there are tons of things that you can do in a relationship and not have to spend a dime. There's talking, there's board games, there's all kinds of little festivals you can go to. There's tons of little parties little house parties you can have. You know what I mean? There's so much things you can do without money, and you can still enrich your relationship and enrich your life. And that's probably why I don't really focus on, money when I date someone. When I date someone, I look at their heart. I look at how they treat the server who is bringing our food, because eventually that server may be me. I look at how they treat their siblings. I look at how they treat their family members. I look at how they treat their exes. And if they have children, I look at how they treat their baby's mom, quote unquote, or the children's mother, because all of that is their past. And however that past went, you never know, because time is so fleeting. I could be a part of their past. So I'm a different bird in that regard, where I don't look at, well, how much money does he have? Well, I saw those shoes and he was wearing a Rolex. And I'm not that type of person. If anything, if I love you enough and you love me enough, we're both going to put our heads together. We're both going to hustle hard, and we're both going to get that money together. You know what I mean? So that's the key, is you don't have to worry about money when you're with the person you love, because you guys have already decided on what you want in your relationship. And 9 times out of 10, on that list of things, money is like number 9. You know what I mean? It's on the very bottom. It should not be on the top. But that's kind of me. I don't, on a scale of 1 to 10, money, 1 being super important, 10 being, not so important. Money to me is probably a good 8.5, 9. But again, I like a person that has their head on their shoulders, but that's just me. So thank you so much for the letter. I hope I answered your question.